Hello there, thank you for joining us today on Estiq Media. Yes, it's ESTIQ Kindly subscribe, look at the down screen button there and subscribe. So, what are we going to be discussing today? Obviously, El-Rufai is the topic of the conversation and Nigeria's political landscape. First of all, I'm sure a couple of us watched his interview, right? And there is a lot to actually say about it. But at the end of the day, it's all about personal interest of all of these politicians. Now, let's look at the political dynamic. El-Rufai was meant to be part of President Tinubu's special cabinet members. He campaigned heavily for President Tinubu in 2022/2023. One of those was when he called out the reason why they decided to all of a sudden go about the cash redesign and the cash, denial redesign policy that was implemented during Buhari slash the former CBN governor Godwin Emefiele. Now, you know how El-Rufai called the government of the day out, saying that this particular measure was definitely to reduce the buying influence of the proposed APC candidate then, that was President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who was just a senator as well at the time. Now, something different actually happened. When it was time for ministerial screening, we did not see El-Rufai as part of those who were supposed to be screened. The next thing we heard was that the DSS submitted a report on security concerns against El-Rufai, and obviously his nomination was turned down. He wasn't screened. El-Rufai came out to tell us on national television that it wasn't the Senate, that was untrue. That story was just fabricated. It was the presidency who did not eventually want him to serve in his cabinet, and he doesn't care, he doesn't mind, he has moved on. But if that was the case, why come out now to talk? According to him, that was his first interview ever since he stopped being the governor of Kaduna State. He has not granted any interview, he has not talked about this administration. It's just very recently that he's been appearing on quite a couple of public forums where he's been expressing himself, and according to him, the party is not doing right. The policy reforms, the economic reforms being implemented by the party is not looking good, and for him, at the end of the day, the party doesn't reconstruct or redress or possibly retrace their steps. There's a very high tendency that he will be cross-carpeting to another political party. Obviously, he did not divulge to us. Now, here is what sources are saying is actually cooking in the pot for El-Rufai and a couple of other persons. 5 PDP governors are reportedly aligning with Nasir El-Rufai and Peter Obi for the 2027 presidential election. How true is that? Do you think Peter Obi would want to work with Nasir El-Rufai with all of the narratives surrounding El-Rufai? Well, let's continue. El-Rufai and Atiku have held multiple meetings with sources suggesting their plan is to dismantle the PDP's electoral strength to prevent a repeat of the 2023 split that favored the APC. Allegedly, Rivers State Governor Simfubara is spearheading the move to fragment PDP, joined by Bayelsa's Governor Dili and 3 other PDP governors. Is this true? Well, they always say that these political entities are very good with planting seeds of doubt or something, in the media to cause confusion, to cause disarray, and to possibly see how they could scatter the concentration of certain persons. Now, this information was not given any authentic individual who made such. It is the source who is revealing. Who is the source? What political party does the source belong to? What is the interest of the source? What is the intent of the source? Not disclosed. Peter Obi has not come out to tell us anything as to what political party he intends to be with. For now, he's still with the Labour Party. So ideally, nothing is certain. Nothing is sacrosanct. So where is this source getting his information from? With El-Rufai? Maybe another political candidate. But El-Rufai? Well, we do not know yet. For El-Rufai, he believes that it is still the South that is supposed to continue the presidency come 2027. But is he putting himself in the mix in the running as possibly a vice? We don't know that yet. But this source is disclosing that this particular opposition of persons, 5 persons from the opposition political party, are actually deciding to see if indeed that it could work out. The idea is to ensure that the PDP does not repeat what it did in 2023, and that these staunch members will decide to have a unit, a formation, a coalition. How true this is, we do not know. But there's a lot that is surrounding El-Rufai's political career and his political future. He has actually told us that if the APC does not redress its steps, there is a very strong tendency that he will no longer be with the All Progressives Congress, possibly with another political party. Now, the presidency did not tell us indeed why they decided not to roll along with El-Rufai. Bayo Onanuga had actually disclosed that it was for security reasons, nothing personal. The president himself would have loved him to be in his cabinet, but for whatever reason, that has gone, and right now everybody is actually moving on. The presidency has told him to stop crying over spilled milk. Everyone has moved on. According to El-Rufai, he believes that the president is putting in place persons who are not capable. He's actually choosing his ethnic tribe rather than competency, rather than efficiency. Is that true? Do you believe that what El-Rufai said is true? Now, some of the things he said are actually quite, if you logically consider them, he's making some strong pointers. But the issue people have is with the personality saying what he's saying. Others are now asking, if El-Rufai was given a political appointment, would he be making this statement? If El-Rufai was serving in the administration of the president, would he be making all this statement? With all these assertions he's given now, wouldn't he be giving a staunch support for the All Progressives Congress? That's a question a lot of Nigerians are actually, putting out across to El-Rufai. Now, indeed, the northern elites and the northern bureaucracy, whether we like it or not, a lot of them are actually speaking in the same voice along with El-Rufai. Some are not saying anything yet, possibly because they don't want to be the target of criticism from the supporters of this administration. But for El-Rufai to have said what he said, obviously there are very strong personalities within the political circle, the northern political circle, that indeed are having thoughts such as what El-Rufai is saying, and El-Rufai just expressed what they had in mind. What this means, we do not know. How this will affect the APCs as an entity, a strong entity ahead of 2027, we do not know. But there's a lot to consider there, and I'd like to know what you think. While the Rivers States, the Rivers APC is denying the defection of 27 lawmakers, they are accusing Governor Fubara of lawlessness. The case of Rivers and the 27 lawmakers that defected to the APC is going to be an unending journey until the court gives us a direct judgment indeed if these individuals have defected and their seats vacant for INEC to actually conduct a new election. Otherwise, we will continue to have this back and forth about these 27 defected lawmakers. I'd like to know what you have to say in the comment section. Please like, share, be part of the conversation. Bye for now.